Captains and crew, welcome aboard Havman 2. If you're new to Dutch Boat Adventures, welcome. If you're returning, remember that guy that was following me? Well, I just increased my RPM so I can deliver a wake for him to fall off of. This boat is a Linson Dutch Sturdy 32. She's powered with a single diesel Volvo 31L-A. It's 100 horsepower. Let's take a closer look at this guy, shall we? I said I'm being followed, but really, the gentleman behind me, he's a hitchhiker. Total opportunivore. I stuck my head out and I asked him, "Hey, where do you want to go? San Juan's? Port Townsend?" He was game for anything. He was totally living his best life. He would have followed me anywhere. But then I thought about it. I think he only liked me for my wake. Some people might be into it, but not me. This 50 Shades of Grey looked kind of dreadful. I eased off the throttle, giving him a friendly nudge to head back to shore. I've had plenty of yakkers follow me in the past, but never as long as this guy. He followed me for about 1.8 miles. The weatherman said it wasn't going to be windy. The weatherman said it was going to be sunny. Well, I was in a torrential downpour. It looked sunny to the north. It was also sunny to the south. Do you ever feel like there's a black cloud hanging over your head? I do, especially when there's a black cloud hanging over my head. I was very pleased that it didn't last all day. We are now in Port Madison. To my left, the tip of Bainbridge Island. To my right, Suquamish. I was surprised how many harbor porpoise there were in Port Madison. I've never seen so many at one time. Harbor porpoise are relatively small. They grow to about 6 feet and up to 200 pounds. They're also fairly shy. They won't be riding your wake or jumping out of the water. They only come to the surface to breathe. Here we are in Agate Pass. My intention was to hit the 2:30 max flood. I missed it by about 30 minutes. It's hard to tell by looking at the water, but we gained 1.5 knots, which is certainly better than fighting it. Havman 2 is a pretty slow boat. Max speed is 8 knots. I'll take whatever speed advantage I can get. Fall boating means fall colors. Here we are looking at the Cascade Mountains. You can see why they call this the Evergreen State. We're almost at the port of Paulsbo. Good time to set the fenders. I cannot wait to show you what Paulsbo has in store for you. Literally in store. There's a ton of shops that offer some amazing Christmas gift opportunities for your loved ones, and the ones that you tolerate, and the ones that you're obligated to get a gift for. There's also a selection of awesome pubs and some restaurants and whatnot, and I reviewed quite a few of them. I was in Paulsbo for a week, and I had an opportunity to take a deep dive into the community there, and I loved it. I'm at a disadvantage here. As a content creator, I can't see you. The demographic report from YouTube suggests that most of the viewers are men between 40 and 60 years old. The channel is so new that every comment and every like means so much, so thank you very much for your support. People say, "Ooh, look at you, you're an influencer." I say, "No, I'm not an influencer, I'm a content creator." The true influencers of YouTube are the people that leave comments, because then the content creator reacts to those comments and create content that the viewers actually appreciate. I've been at this content creation thing for about 8 weeks, and we're at about 1.5 million views. I don't think that's much in the bigger scheme of things, but to me, it's the world. And I appreciate every single one that takes the time to watch this video through. If you wouldn't mind, if you could take a moment just to tell me, are you a fellow captain or a crew? Are you a foodie looking for hidden restaurants? Or are you just here to discover unique destinations? Maybe you like the videos, maybe you like water, maybe you're just here to pass the time with me. However it is, whatever it is, if you could just let me know in the comments, that'd be wonderful. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with another boating enthusiast, and perhaps you can click the thumbs up button. It helps the algorithm push the channel out to more viewers. Thank you again for your support, and I hope you enjoy this video and future videos as well. By the way, I got some new content last night. The Christmas ships were out in Seattle, and we followed them. We got an amazing episode. I'm going to release the Dutch Boat Adventures Christmas special. That's coming up next. If it wasn't for the torrential downpour earlier and those big dark clouds over my head, I don't think I would appreciate this beautiful sky. There she is, Port of Poulsbo. The port recently went through a major refit. They actually made the breakwater dock much bigger, and they added a lot more slips. They have 62 slips on the inside, and they have 1,000 linear feet of dock space on the outside. This is my first time here since they opened up the new breakwater. Right now I'm wondering what's going on. There are no boats in the guest moorage. Off to the right, those are long-term moorage tenants. My plan was to stay here, where I normally do, because I'm just OCD like that. It wasn't super obvious, but there was a hand-painted sign that said that the guest moorage and the fuel dock were closed. I've been to Poulsbo a number of times. It never occurred to me to think that it would be closed. Worst case scenario, I would anchor out. As it turns out, they were just redoing the power on the guest dock. The port was open, but only the new breakwater slips. They also moved the fuel dock out a little bit further than it had been to accommodate boats with a deeper draft. So I retreated and went and found a spot on the new breakwater. This is a 50-foot slip, and it accommodates boats up to 60 feet. You pay for the whole entire slip no matter how much of the length you take up. So my boat's 33 feet length overall, but I still have to pay for a 50-foot slip. But I could keep my boat on the outside if I wanted to, and then I would only pay for my length overall. I could also keep my boat in a 30-foot slip, but then my bow would be hanging over 10 feet. I wouldn't like that. You see, I brought my water bike, and I'm glad I did. As it turns out, it was after 4 o'clock when I got there, and the office was closed. I couldn't get the gate key, so I used my water bike to ride to shore. So much more content to show you in Poulsbo. We have shops and we have restaurants. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations, you're part of an elite few. Enter the words "made it" into the comments section, and I'll include you in a drawing of a Yeti mug.